Hello, hello, hello. What a boring ass decision. What a boring fucking decision. To the fucking Dodgers? Are you kidding me? Thank God this is over, but what a shit. All of that for the Dodgers? So fucking boring. God forbid anyone has some spice or a spine or anything. I don't have chat open yet, so if anyone's here, sorry I'm not responding. Like, what the what a boring fucking decision. That's so just all of that for that. And like, pick up the phone, Bo, agreed. And like, what the fuck was Steve Cohen tweeting about today? That's so boring. I like already accepted that he probably wasn't coming here. But that's just so boring. It has to be fake. It's not. It's Jeff Passan. That's just. Ugh, you know? And this late, like. I guess I'd rather it be this late at night than, like, you do, like, something stupid and, like, happens overnight. But you're telling. The Dodgers? What are the terms? What are the terms? Bo's a must now. Ugh, that's so shitty. I accepted that he probably wasn't coming to Toronto, especially once Steve Cohen started doing his thing. But like, we did all of this waiting, all of this rumors, and for the Dodgers. Just go get Bo. Yeah, get Bo back. That's what it has to be. Yeah, that's so shit. So boring. Like, I guess I got it right on my free agent prediction. But, like, be mad, fuck the Jays. Shout out this person. Probably a Dodger fan. Yeah. Let's go Dodgers. Congrats, Dodgers. You got another All-Star. You really needed one. This team was really missing it. And the worst part is there's such a clear fit for him. Ugh. That's the worst. It's just such a clear fit. Like, I feel like we're getting pranked at this point. Like, how is it always the Dodgers? It can't be someone else for once. Fuck, man, I would have even been okay with the Mets at this point. What are you saying, Robert Murray? How much money is he getting? We don't know. Hopefully Robert Murray has the money or something. It better be ridiculous. Like, I'm talking 60 a year. 4-year, 240. The fuck? He got $60 million a year? All right, well, that explains that. Like, okay, I know why he accepted that offer. 60 a year for 2 years before he opts out is ridiculous. And it's probably like 80% deferred too. I want to know, well, we know the Mets is what, 4,200? I'd love to know what the Jays' offer was that didn't get accepted. Because that's a lot of money. Dodgers are stupid. No, they aren't, because they're going to win a World Series again. And they'll probably win another one. Like, oh, this just made winning a World Series that much more difficult for any other team. 240? And he'll opt out after year 2. What doesn't make sense for Tucker is why take the opt out after year 2 after the new CBA is in place. Because this is going to change the salary stuff for some reason. The money's stupid, but it's the Dodgers, man. Like, that'll pay for itself. Oh, that's so depressing. 4 240s. Crazy. What a... No wonder. For some reason, I would do 1 billion 10 years. I don't even think Bo would want to come back. It's going to be interesting, man. Oh, it's going to be so interesting to see what happens with Bo, because Bo could easily just walk out. I was saying it the other night, the Dodgers made more sense on the short-term deal. At least it wasn't an Instagram post. That's ridiculous. $60 million a year? Oh, there's going to be this contract just created a lockout. And it's gonna be an ugly lockout. I don't even care so much that he's a Dodger, because whatever. But $60 million a year, that contract, very few teams can offer $60 million to one team. Oh. $60 million a year. What's next? When is next year best free agent? Like, who's next year's best free agent, or when's the next best free agent class? Because offensively, it's a while. Oh. Anyways, as I put on Twitter earlier, it was always meant to be Bo. No other that's the first time I've seen a deal, like genuinely a deal, where I'm like, I don't think there's a team that could have competed with that deal. What team is offering $60 million a year to a player? Or sorry, over $60 million. Even if you are doing long term at 30, that takes 4 years to reach what he's going to make in 2. That's, yo, I don't know how the hell Casey Close got that deal, but fair fucking play to that dude. Oh. All right. Now it brings us to the most fun point of the year. I had a whole thing set up. I had thumbnails. We can reveal these thumbnails. I think. You just gotta give me a second. I need to get my story straight. Oh. Display. Just gotta quickly blind this so you guys can't see everything. Reconnect. Thumbnail 1. I can't fully see it, but there's that. Kyle Tucker signs with the Blue Jays. Then we got, I had this one. I made this one last night. I want to know what the Jays offer was. It includes an opt-out after the second and the third season. If probably makes sense that he goes after the other one. You need Bo and Bellinger. Bellinger's not good, though. I don't like Bellinger. Oh. Oh, this is just terrible. Well, it's not terrible. It just sucks because it's the Dodgers. Oh. All right, what's next for the Jays is pretty simple. You got to go out and get Bo Bichette. I think that's just... There's really not another move. You go out, you get Bo Bichette, whatever he wants, dude. If it's 300 at this point, I think you just do it. Or give him like 250. 250 at 9 years or something. Just eat it. Bring it in. It's what you got to do. And then you got to make Barger a permanent right fielder and hope he develops the way he should. Because we don't have a good outfielder. And Dalton Varsho has to get extended fucking before the start of next offseason. Because he is going to be a hot commodity, and we can't afford to lose that. It gets kind of ugly. Oh. And for the Mets, I don't even know where the Mets go. The Mets, I guess, go Bellinger. You go Lou Bob. Oh, yeah, you got to give 300, or as close. At least, like, if I'm Ross Atkins, I call it Bo Bichette tonight and start at 250. You just got to figure out whatever number the Phillies go for Bo, you got to go above it. But the Phillies are going to see this and go, shit, we need to get Bo. So I'd expect Bo is probably soon, but that's boring. Kyle Tucker would have been so cool in a Blue Jays uniform, but it's whatever. Does it have... Tucker Cower, time to ban deferred money. I want to know where if there's anything deferred. Because if it's not deferred, that's even crazier. Ooh. I had it all set up. It was great. Yeah, I mean, it's just Bo Bichette. That's just all it is. I didn't think the Dodgers were going to do this, but do you think Bo is a priority? Do you think it's too late? So Bo might. I don't know if Bo has resentment. I don't think it's never too late to get someone until they've signed. I would have to assume Bo is the priority now. It's just going to be interesting to see how aggressive Ross Atkins gets on Bo Bichette. But you got to assume he's the priority now. Oh. Yeah, you go get Bo, and you just figure it out from there, I guess. But whatever it takes, really. If there's no deferrals, I'll like the deal better. I'll respect the deal better. But like, fuck Steve Cohen, because he's the madman who got this going over here. A 4-year 240 is ridiculous. And it stinks because the Jays obviously still have a really good team, and we're acting like this was the end of the world, and it's not. But like, yikes! The reason I asked because Blue Jays say on their podcast, he says Bo should feel disrespect. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put too much thought into that. If I had to be honest with you, I think at this point you understand it's a business. I don't know. Yeah. Money changes everything too. Like the Jays could just go throw 250 out to Bo and he'd probably be like, all right. But the Vladdy recruitment on Bo Bichette, crank it up. Ross Atkins got going crazy. Wow is right. It seems like there's no deferrals, which is crazier. Like, that's crazy. If there's no deferred money. Damn. Wow. Huh. Get ready for a really long off season next year because that's what we're doing. Scuba Ball going to LA next. Honestly, wouldn't shock me. Like, you guys now can move prospects. Like, fuck. And you have the starters to move for it too, man. Like, you got the MLB talent, the minor league talent to do it. It wouldn't shock me. We're in for a really long offseason, next offseason, because if we thought the last CBA and lockout was difficult, get ready for this. This one's going to be rough. We're going to be out. I don't think it's crazy to say we might end up with a shortened season next year because of this contract. That's crazy, man. It's not even the fact that like the player chose the team. It's the money that got thrown out there. Kyle Tucker's a fantastic baseball player. He's not a 60 AAV baseball player. Bo going to LA is still on the table too. Trying not to scare you, just saying facts. I don't see Bo taking a short-term deal though. That's the only thing. I would say Bo probably goes long-term, just because he'll have multiple teams looking at him long-term. But would love to know what the Jays' offer was. Huh. 240 over 4 years. So boring. Let's say the Jays had 300 on the table for Tucker. Even if you don't view Bichette as a Tucker player, just go crazy. If it's long term, I see the Phillies. I mean, the Jays would also go long term, but I would say the Phillies probably are the leading candidate on them. And it's always to the fucking Dodgers, man. Always. Jays should go after Bellinger. No. I'd rather not get a bat than get Bellinger. Unless Bellinger's taking a 1-year deal, which he's not going to. I'd actually rather swing a trade. If you don't get Bo, I'd rather see a trade for a bat. Personally. Yeah, man, there's so many different ways the Jays can go about this now. But woof. This one is rough. Huh. Yeah. I think Bo's the only bat I'd look at free agency wise. And then you just got to figure something weird out through a trade. I don't know what that is. As much as I'd like to keep the team as it is, the Dodgers just got better. And the way this team is built right now won't beat the Dodgers. And you should be trying to be able to beat the Dodgers. If you can beat the Dodgers, you can beat any other team in baseball. So we got to find, there's got to be a trade, something's got to happen. Here we go. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this. But this is from the article. It says, with incumbents Bo Bichette and Cody Bellinger still in the market, the question now for the Jays is how hard to push for another bat to further augment a club boosted by the additions of Cease, Okamoto, Rogers, and Ponce. You go freaking crazy for one. An agreement with Tucker would have signaled the end of the Jays' relationship with Bichette, the franchise cornerstone reaching the majors, who remains in free agency, but this may reopen a pathway for his return, even if it's believed there's a financial gap. You get figured out. Bellinger, Blue Jays have flirted with. No, please no. Also to create the type of continuity Tucker Bichette would offer, providing Guerrero an elite compliment. No. Anyone but Bellinger. He benefited wildly from Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I just don't like it. It scares me. Not at 7 years. Not at 7 years. It's crazy because we've still had a really good offseason, and it feels like it's going to be because Tucker went somewhere else. Because Tucker went to the Dodgers, actually, is why it's going to feel like that. The lineup's still good, but I'd like another bat just to put him over the top. Like, what's the point? Yeah, you just got to hope and pray, man, at this point. Hope and pray some team beats the Dodgers. Difficult, though, because Schwarber's strictly DH. Springer's basically only a DH. And Santander is also a DH. So then we'd have 3 DHs, and I don't know if that would have worked well. Baseball is dead. I don't want to watch anymore. This is going to be another issue for the league, is that no one's going to want to watch if the Dodgers are in the World Series, or if just no one's going to care. Especially, like, if it isn't the best team in the American League suiting up against the Dodgers in the World Series, I do wonder how many people don't watch. It's going to be interesting, man. That's the first time I've seen an AAV where a team, like the Shohei Ohtani, I get. Kyle Tucker should be affordable for almost every team. And I don't even know if the Mets would have been able to afford that deal. That's ridiculous. And, like, where do you even begin with Bo? Because, like, obviously Bo starts at second base. Where do you begin with him? How do you get things back going. Hey, I know we were focused on Kyle Tucker who went to the Dodgers. Come back, please. Ignore your connection with the Phillies. Also, for anyone saying connections help, that proves it. Connections don't matter, man. Money speaks. Everyone's talking about how the Mets and the Jays have all the Houston connections with Kyle Tucker, and he didn't go either. Connections don't matter, man. Money speaks. Atkins got to throw a blank check, man. That's crazy. Oh, man, we're fucked for a lockout. Trade for Tatis. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but I don't think we ever would be able to come close to that. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. I don't even know, like, the trade market's so weak, too. Like, for a bat. Like, where do you go? Who would be willing to trade an actually good bat? I don't even know where you begin. Like, you can't. I doubt Texas moves anyone now. The Mariners won't move a bat. Houston won't probably move a bat. The Angels' only bat is Mike Trout. And that's a contract no one's going to take. And then I doubt the A's move a bat that they have. And I'm happy they signed Tucker. Hey, man, I'm happy for you. Tatis and Vladdy together would be pretty fire. Oh, it would be, no doubt. Yeah. St. Louis has nothing. Cincinnati, like, they probably won't be willing to get rid of a bat. I don't know where you go. I doubt you go for Stephen Kwan. I'd rather Bo. Yeah, if you miss Bo, I guess Stephen Kwan. But, like, why would Cleveland give up Stephen Kwan? The Giants won't move. The Diamondbacks won't move. The Padres probably don't move a bat unless it's Xander Bogaerts, and that's disgusting. The Dodgers definitely aren't moving a bat now. And Colorado has fucking nothing. Padres are fucked until they move to Salt Lake. Why are the Padres moving to Salt Lake? Like, the only bat on the trade market that, like, genuinely makes sense to be moved but doesn't make sense for the Jays is Lou Bob. Dude, I feel bad for Mets fans, man. Your owner puts out a really cryptic tweet, leaves it for an hour, then goes, I don't actually know anything. I'm just waiting for a decision. Then he goes and signs with the Dodgers. Dude, I'd be pissed. I'd be furious. Yeah, I don't even know where you move to get a bat if you miss out on Bo. Unless you move Lou Bob out of center field and say, fuck it, we do this for a year, but I'd almost rather not do that. Who is Toronto's shortstop even? Jimenez is the shortstop. Unless they grab a shortstop, which I doubt they do at this point. Trade for Correa. I'd rather figure out a way for Seager if we're going to take a fuck ton of money on someone. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you do. And St. Louis, Brendan Donovan's the only bat I can think of. We have to send Bo or we're fucked. 100% agree. The team right now is not built to beat the Dodgers. This team can beat any other team, but they aren't built to beat the Dodgers. Bo tightens the gap. The Dodgers are still above and beyond, levels above everyone else. Bo tightens the gap. All eyes have to be on Bo. Also, for anyone who follows Mock Bomb, stop fucking doing that too, okay? I definitely wouldn't trade Bogarts unless San Diego eats 95% of that contract, though. Yeah, no, I totally get it, man. The Dodgers are. Everyone talked about the Yankees, the evil empire. The Yankees look like My Little fucking Pony compared to the Dodgers right now. It's unbelievable. Like when does Bo sign? Hopefully next week. I don't know. We could be going through this whole process again. I would assume it probably doesn't take that much longer. You would think Bo goes, well, Toronto's back into this. Maybe, I don't know, do the Mets even look at Bo? Like, do you consider that and, like, figure something out? Maybe throw Polanco at third base, which is probably just as disgusting as first base, but whatever. And move Simeon somewhere. I don't know what you do with that. Maybe you put Simeon at DH or Bo at DH. But I'd assume Bo figures his market out soon-ish. Is Mad Max coming back or did he retire? I doubt he comes back to Toronto. I would assume it's probably San Francisco or retire. But theoretically, this moves the market now. Like, the Jays are going to go balls to the wall on Bichette, I would assume. The Phillies will probably go balls to the wall on Bichette now. The Mets will go crazy for Bellinger. I don't know what the Red Sox will do for Bo, but it kind of felt, I don't know, coming into today, it felt like Tucker or bust for a bat. I would still say the Jays, if contracts are tied, the Jays would probably have the advantage, but it just looks ugly. Looks ugly if you're a fan. Oh. Dude. Phillies are the best team to sign Bo long term if Toronto doesn't try or tries very little. I 100% agree. 100% agree. I will be quickly right back, everyone. Just pause. Oh. I do wonder what. I mean, you got to think Bo's agent's like, fucking right. Toronto's back in our game here. We'll probably. Bo's best chance of getting more or getting close to 300 is if Toronto and Philly are duking it out. And Boris is saying, yes, the Mets didn't get Tucker, which means we can pit the New York teams against each other for Bellinger. But, dude, I don't even know. There's going to be a team between the Phillies, Jays, Yankees, Mets that don't get a bat. And I have a really weird feeling and a disgusting feeling I shouldn't say not get a bat because, yeah, we got Okamoto, like Wojak said. But there's going to be a team that doesn't get an elite bat, like a top of the class bat between the Jays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox and the Mets. And I got a really weird and bad feeling it's going to be the Blue Jays that misses. Unless, because Philly goes ridiculous on contracts, too. Well, that would make no sense. Dana Brown deserves some credit for the trade he made last offseason. Cubs got 1 year Tucker. You got Cam Smith, 3 years of Isaac Paredes, and 5 years of Yamazinski. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens kind of going forward here. But this one sucks. At least we got Okamoto. Jeez, man. 60, I just can't get over 60 AAV. That's crazy to me. 60 AAV is ridiculous. What do you think about Dylan Cease? I think Dylan Cease is going to be a fantastic signing for the Jays. I think he's going to do wonders. I think he'll be an ace. I don't think they overpaid like others do. I think they did it's a great signing. But yeah, the rotation's solid. The rotation's sick. The lineup's really good. It's one of the best in the American League. But it needs Bo Bichette. Or Kyle Tucker, but it's not going to be Kyle Tucker, so it needs Bo Bichette now. I'll have to scour the interwebs for names and stuff for a video. But, ooh, this one sucks. Where do you go from here if you're Toronto? Yikes. Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? Especially if they lose Bichette, man. Like, you just run it as it is. Like, I guess you can do that. If you bet on a Santander bounce back, you can do it. Maybe a step forward from Loperfido. But you got to assume Springer doesn't have the season he just had. Maybe Vladdy can carry some success from the postseason into a really good year this year. I mean, you got to hope Varsho's healthy. I'd also assume Barger maybe takes a step back as the league figures him out. Okamoto's interesting. You never know what Okamoto's going to do. But yeah, you get rid of any questions if you just go get Bo. Go get Bo. From a Jays fan, do you actually think y'all going back to the World Series in all seriousness, though? I think they have the best chance in the American League to go back. But this Jays team era, whenever there's expectation, they don't quite live up to it. I would say Seattle would be the next best team, especially if they can get a Suarez or something. If they get another bat, fuck. But I would say Toronto 1, Seattle 2 would be my American League candidates. And then you can throw the Yankees in there because they're just going to be the Yankees. Detroit, maybe. And then after that, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. It depends on what Boston does. Depends on if Baltimore can get a starting pitcher, like a real starting pitcher. But it was always meant to be Bo Bichette. We are going to go get Bo, and all is going to be fine. What Kyle Tucker means for the Dodgers and the Blue Jays and Mets. Yeah. Be interesting to see what Bellinger gets. I think that's the most intriguing next one for me. Yankees choke when it matters. Toronto and Seattle have the best chances, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. I could see, like, I don't know, I try not to discount any Central teams. I haven't really liked the Royals offseason. I haven't really liked Detroit's offseason. Cleveland can always just be weird and good. Houston should scare people just because they're always good. Houston would probably maybe be third. But there's going to be a weird team that just goes on a run, you know? Like a team at the beginning of the year that you didn't expect. Last year, in 2025, it was the Blue Jays. No one expected them to be a 95-win team, 94-win team that makes the World Series. Everyone just needs to hope that that fluke team is in the National League and eliminates the Dodgers. Because, I don't know who beats the Dodgers in a playoff series, man. Love to know what the Blue Jays offer was. Hashtag Blue Jays. Oh, it's trending. How awesome. Another reason why it would have been nice if Bregman waited. That's why the Bregman rumors just never made sense, especially if he was always to sign before Tucker. Closest team in the AL or to beat LA in the NL is going to be Philly. No other team stands a chance, to be honest. I think Atlanta stands a good chance. Personally, I like Atlanta. I think they can go tit for tat per se, offensively. When you got Acuna, Albies, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Michael Harris III, I think that team could really go there. But no one in the National League West or Central will touch them. And Philly's choking hard. Like, I don't know what Philly's doing. And they got weaker. They lost Ranger Suarez. They're going to get rid of Castellanos, which we kind of all expected. They might even lose Real Muto. And then, do they trade Bohm? Well, time will only tell. It's just weird. It's not great. It's not loving. Definitely don't feel great about this. And it's time to switch the focus towards Bo Bichette. And that's just where we're at right now. You go get Bo Bichette. I think if a team's at 8, go 9, match. I think you match whatever offer a team gives. If you're the Jays and Bo. Like, if Bo is willing to bring back the offer and say, can you match it? I think you got to match it each time up until he's like, hey, final bids. Yeah, I think that's just what you got to do. This is rough. The Dodgers, man. I just can't believe the Dodgers. I say we just sign more pitchers. Why? Don't even need Bo. What do you? Where are you putting a starting pitcher in this rotation? There's already 6 starters. The only place you put another pitcher is the bullpen. Really, like truthfully. Yeah. Maybe you throw. No, but there's no way Bellinger accepts another ridiculously weird short-term high AAV bullpen. Yeah, like honestly, the only reliever I'd look at as a J would be Seranthony Dominguez. I think at this point, unless you're making a trade for some guy, which you could. Yeah. Toronto definitely needs Bo. I would say so. I don't think they're the team that needs Bo the most, but it's who hits up there. We need Bo Bichette. We need Bosif. If they don't get Bo, it gets ugly. Because then it is just Bellinger. Because I don't think they can make Suarez work, and I don't want them entertaining Bellinger. Yeah. And like the bats the next 2 years stink. Like it's highlighted by like Nico Hoerner. No shot at Nico Hoerner, but he's not like, he's going to maybe give you 10 homers a year. He's not a middle of the order bat. Like he's not hitting you 4th or 3rd. And then like Jeremy Pena. Tyler Rogers was great. Oh, it was a great signing for Toronto. Especially because like, so what, he's a 7th or 8th inning guy. I would love another back end. Like if, like I get Varland's going to be there and Garcia's going to be there. I'd love just one more, have a flood of guys there. I'd like it to be a lefty personally. But the days we go Savage into Rogers. Good night. What the fuck? The TikTok. We have TikToks too. If everyone wants to follow, I can throw it in chat, I guess. Blue Jays domain. I'm assuming that's just getting flooded with. He's a Dodger. He's a Dodger. Suck it. I'd love to see what. Oh, perfect. Dodgers updated payroll. Thank you, Bleacher Report. Say, I'd love to see what the Dodgers payroll is. Blue Jays edits. We'll have a good one for you guys tonight. Oh, nice. Their projected 2026 payroll, $413 million. That's going to be like 4 teams combined. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know who competes with that, how you compete with that. Like, there's one thing to be spending over $200 million on a year, like the 200 to 300. I get that. And like a team going 175 to 210, like that's reasonable spending. That's not going to be able to compete with the Dodgers, man. I don't like to throw the term ruin baseball around, but this is going to get ugly. John Heyman says Tucker deal has $30 million on deferrals. Is that $30 million a year or just $30 million in total? a $30 million on deferrals out of the 240, so it's 210. Still beats the Mets offer. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Santander just mans up. We're back in the World Series. That's another one. Like, Santander can just bounce back and be a 30-homer dude, and none of us care. So there's that. But I still want Bo back. I didn't think there'd be a world where they wouldn't get one of the two, and now I'm looking at a world where they most definitely can get just none, and that stinks. Yeah, get Bo, reunite him with Vladdy, make them the faces of the franchise for 10 years. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic, everyone. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Do you think the Jays will match the Phillies because he's asking for 300? I think they should. Is the best way to go for it. If they don't, that would be shocking. Michael Harris II's tweet. Ref, timeout. I don't know if anyone can see that. Pretty fire, pretty funny. It was always Bo. That's where we're at. It's always Bo Bichette. Bring back Bo and we're all fine. We're all happy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Bleacher Report has an updated free agent landing spot. I'm sure they're going to put Bo somewhere else. Cody Bellinger, Bo Bichette's landing spots. Honestly, it's Bo's fault for wanting unreasonable money. Also true, like Bo wanting $300 million is crazy. Oh, they're just saying the Jays and Mets could go look at Bo and Bellinger respectively. Toronto Blue Jays, this was Ken Rosenthal's thing. The Jays are strong bet to repeat as American League champions even after missing out on Tucker. They have spent more than any team in free agency, combined $337 on right-hander Dylan Cease, infielder Kazuma Okamoto, reliever Tyler Rogers, and right-hander Cody Ponce, and their outfield is already in good shape for at least 2026. Tucker, though, would have been an upgrade not only for this season, but also a fixture in 2027 and beyond. That was no small consideration for the Jays, with Dalton Varsho and George Springer entering their walk years, and was at least part of the motivation for the Jays wanting to sign Tucker long-term. The free agent class of outfielders next offseason lacks a cornerstone-type player. With Tucker and right, the Jays would have stayed with Varsho in center, perhaps platooned Addison Barger with Okamoto, blah, blah, blah. The odd man out would have been Lucas. Lucas would have blah, blah, blah. If Bellinger goes back to the Yankees and free agent Bo Bichette signs with the Phillies, the rest of the Jays offseason likely will include only minor alterations. Yay! So it's Bo or nothing. Would have... Jays already were in a better place, as evidenced by their already busy offseason. Nice. So it's Bo or bust. Blue Jays would have went for him now. He probably won't come back because we didn't go from first. I don't think that would be the determinant for Bo. Like if the Jays threw more money. So he's gonna make $57.1 million in a year. What are we doing? That's still ridiculous. It's unreasonable. All right. Well, I think I'm going to leave this one here. We are going to get a video for what the Jays should do next afterwards. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Late night stream. Kyle Tucker is a Dodger. He is not a Blue Jay. And we are now on Bo Bichette Watch. Thanks for tuning in and suffering with me. We will catch y'all in the next one. Subscribe if you guys are brand new. Leave a like, comment, all that fun stuff. And we will chat with you all in the next live stream, which is hopefully Bo Bichette Watch.